Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, just about 10 o'clock in Honolulu, 4 o'clock in New York on Wednesday, first day of October 2014, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. We do have stronger pricing in the precious metals markets today, specifically gold and silver, with gold trading up about $6 on the day. Current print is 1214.60. We have had a high of 1219.20, which we'll talk about in just a second, low of 1205, and as I said, currently up roughly $6 on the day. Silver also with a nice showing back above $17 per ounce, up about 22 cents on the day, 17.18. Rough print right now with a low of 16.83 and a high of 17.44. We do have a higher dollar and a dramatically lower equity market on the day. Before we take a look at gold, we do have a price order and currently to enter the market from the short side. We are looking at a weekly chart. This is the S&P 500, the mini contract, 1941 weekly chart. You can see this kind of drop we had today. We've got roughly $200 lower in the Dow, and that, of course, has been supportive of the precious metals markets. If you recall from yesterday's show, we talked about the fact that I'm looking for some sort of a bounce, even though we haven't seen it, this being a 720-minute chart. My recommendation was to put in price orders to sell the market anywhere between, call it, 1221 to 1224. That would be in this zone right in here. We had a high today of 19, so just a couple dollars shy of actually being able to be filled, and now it's back down at 14. My recommendation right now is to continue to have that particular price order in the market and a stop to be placed if that should get filled. Now, my sense is, as I talked about the other day, that any kind of a minimal bounce would probably take us to a band, and that 23% band, I believe, is still sitting anywhere between, call it 27 and 34. I think that that is where we could see this market actually bounce up to and still move back into a downward track. In terms of where we would have to see this market move to ascertain that we're actually in some sort of a bullish phase, whether it's a bear market or a bull market, you have both phases, we would really need to take out this particular low that we had in here, just at about 1241, 1242. If we follow along, you can also see this top right here, although that is not as significant, really, in my opinion, as this particular area on a technical basis. So traders have gone ahead and pulled up a daily dollar chart. You can see that currently we are trading a little bit lower on the day. Let's refresh that. A little bit lower on the day, maybe by a tick. We can see that this market has really been struggling with the 86 area. And so those are the first signs that we absolutely want to look for to see if we can get any kind of key reversal in the precious metals markets is going to be a dollar, which has just been on a tear since July. You can see this on the daily chart, almost a linear line up. The tact or the angle of this is pretty steep, going to a 4-year high right now, as well as the record highs that we got in the equities markets. Now, we have the dollar, which is in essence unchanged to down a little bit, and we have dramatic pressure in the equities markets, and so that could be very, very supportive of the precious metals markets, and this would be really the type of scenario that we would look for to see some sort of a bounce. So in as much as we have firmer pricing in the precious metals markets, we are off of the highs. We're trading near the mid-range of the day at 1215. Currently, you can see that on this daily chart. And as I said, my recommendation is to maintain our current price order in, try to get short anywhere between 21 and 24 in terms of a price order. This also is an area that we want to watch. It's a 76% retracement. It's 1231. It was one of the key elements that we saw once this market broke. Our belief was that a break below this point would probably signal a retest of these lows down at 1180, and I still believe that that is highly possible. The fact that we've got a little clip up today is significant, but not that strong in terms of where we're looking for this market to go over the next couple of weeks. So once again, my recommendation is to place price order in to sell gold at 1221 to 1224. If and when that order is filled, to place a protective stop above 1241. Lastly, I want to take a look at silver. After the dramatic fall we saw yesterday, down about 50 cents on the day, the fact that it's trading back over 17, I believe bodes well. We'll see if it can find some kind of support in this area, but let me go ahead and compress this. The market is still trading just at and below this one support line. This is a line that we put in over the last week, and it's simply based upon some series of lows that were supportive in the past. In other words, a technical reason. And this is the area that I cite back in, call it the beginning of 2010, in which we had this price point very, very supportive before we saw this market spike tremendously to the upside, hitting that close to $50 mark, which was the second time in history that silver has done just that. Again, maintain our price order to try to get short our gold position. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Thursday for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.